Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to Sweet Geek Patterns. In today's video, I'm super excited to share how to crochet this adorable little Stegosaurus. So here is what it looks like. It is a super quick and simple crochet pattern. The only thing that you sew on is its legs. Otherwise, everything is crocheted. So the spikes, the little white spikes at the end. It's super simple pattern, I would say, compared to some. And so yeah, let's get started making this. Now, one thing I want to mention before we get started is that I always have the free blog, or almost always have the free blog post, this tutorial, and then an ad-free PDF. And so this time in the ad-free PDF, the bonus to getting that is that you get the pattern modification for heart spikes, and it's only in the ad-free PDF, but I think it's a really fun little Valentine's Day. I call it a Loveosaurus instead of a Stegosaurus. So let's get started making the Stegosaurus. Is Bernat blanket yarn in the color, this is called Smoky Green. This is the dark green I'm using for the main body of it. And then this is Bernat blanket yarn in the color Vintage White. And you just need a teensy bit of this. So whatever kind of white or cream that you have would work perfectly. And then you also need some of their blue color of yarn. So this is Bernat blanket yarn in the color, I'm not exactly sure, but it's just a blue. So any scrap yarn would work, and this is just for the spikes. Now you're gonna need 10mm safety eyes, some stuffing, and then you'll need a 4.5mm hook and a 7mm hook. You'll need a stitch marker, darning needle, scissors, and very optional, but sometimes I like to add a mouth to my dinosaur, and so if you want to do that, you just need a little bit of embroidery floss. And so let's get started. All right, so to begin, we're going to begin by making the head, and then it's going to go right into the body, and then we will make the spikes and legs afterwards. So to begin, we are going to make a magic circle. Now, to make a magic circle, what you're going to do is you're going to put the yarn at the base of your fingers and make an X basically shape like that. Flip over. You're going to go under the first loop and grab the second loop, and then you're going to pull that up. Now, and if you're struggling with magic circle, you can find many tutorials on YouTube on how to make it. So now I'm going to chain one, and the chain one is optional, but I personally like to do it just because I feel like it gives it makes it easier for me to make my single crochets into the magic circle. So now we are going to single crochet 6 into the ring. So I'm going to put a stitch marker where my first stitch is, and I'm going to single crochet a total of 5 more times. So total of 6 stitches. And to make a single crochet, what you're going to do is you're going to insert into the loop, like right into that big hole. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through, and yarn over and pull through 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm sorry, I tend to forget that it's hard for you guys to see sometimes. So to make a single crochet, I'm just going to show you guys one more time. So you're going to insert into the big loop, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through all 2 loops. So now I'm going to take that out. Now I'm going to tighten the magic circle, and you just pull on the tail and it will magically shut. So now you are going to begin round number 2. So for round number 2, you're going to just single crochet in each stitch around. So I'm going to single crochet into that first stitch and move my stitch marker, and then I'm going to insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 to make a single crochet, and you're just going to continue that. So single crochet in each stitch around, and now what you're going to do is you're going to kind of pop out so it was like this, and now you want the right side of your work facing out, so the wrong side should be facing inside. I hope that makes sense. Now we're going to, for round number 3, we're going to single crochet in the first 2 stitches. So I'm going to go where my stitch marker is and move my stitch marker. There we go. Now I'm going to make 1 more single crochet into the next stitch. So that was 2 single crochet into the first 2 stitches. Now into the next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet increase, which that means, what that means is just you make 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. So into that next stitch, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through. So that was just like a normal single crochet, and now you're going to do that 1 more time into that same stitch. So insert, yarn, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So you have 2 stitches into 1 stitch. So 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. Now I'm going to do that into 1 more stitch. So we're going to single crochet increase in a total of 2 stitches. So I'm just going to do that. And now you're going to single crochet into the last 2 stitches. So you should now have 8 stitches for the end of round number 3. And for round number 4, you're going to begin by making single crochet into the first 2 stitches. So you're just going to make a single crochet like I've already showed you guys how to do. So single crochet into the first 2 stitches. Now you're going to increase into the next stitch. So single crochet increase in the next stitch, which just means 2 single crochets into the same stitch. And then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that a total of twice. So I just did that, increase, single crochet. Now I'm going to do increase in the next stitch, and then I'm going to do a single crochet into the next stitch. So now I completed the repeat. So we did increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet. Now into the last 2 stitches, you're just going to single crochet 2. So 1 and 2. And now you should have 10 stitches at the end of round number 4. Okay, so now for rounds number 5 and 6, you're going to single crochet in each stitch around. So it's just super simple, single crochet in each stitch around. I'll meet you back once I'm done with rounds 5 and 6, and then we will continue on to the rest of the head. Alright, so I just finished rounds number 5 and 6, and so now what we're going to do is for round 7, we are going to start doing a little bit of decreases. So with the Stegosaurus, their heads are very small, and so that's why we are making kind of small, and then we're going to make a kind of a larger body. So we're going to do single crochet into the first 3 stitches. That's for round 7. So for round 7, we're going to single crochet into the first 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And now what we're going to do is we are going to single crochet decrease over these next 2 stitches, and we're going to do that twice. So decrease times 2. So what we're going to do is you can do an invisible decrease or you can do a regular single crochet decrease. I prefer to do an invisible decrease if I can, just because it looks a little bit more professional, but you're welcome to do a regular decrease. So let me show you how to do both. So first, to do a regular decrease, you're just going to insert into the first stitch, yarn over, pull through. And normally you just yarn over, pull through both loops, but instead you're going to insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to yarn, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. That's how I normally actually do it. But you're welcome to try doing an invisible decrease, which is going into the first loop. So instead of going through both stitches, going into the first loop, and then going into the first loop of the next stitch, and then yarning over and pulling through both of those loops. And now you should have 2 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn and pull through all 2 loops. So you're welcome to do it either way. There's no right or wrong way. So if you feel more comfortable just doing a regular decrease, that is perfectly fine. So I'm just going to do the invisible decrease, but you're welcome to do either way. So I'm going to insert there, insert into the next stitch, yarn, pull through both of those loops, and then yarn, pull through 2. So now I'm going to do that one more time for a total of 2 decreases. And sometimes it's a little hard to get the invisible decrease to get the front loop of that, so you're welcome to just do the regular decrease. Okay, so now I'm going to single crochet into the last 3 stitches. So for a little recap, for round 7, we did 3 single crochet, 2 decreases, and then 3 single crochet. All right, so we just finished round number 7. Now for round number 8, you're going to single crochet in the first 2 stitches, and I got a little ahead of myself, so I did the single crochet in the first 2 stitches. Now you're going to single crochet decrease in over the next 2 stitches. So you're going to single crochet decrease 2 times. So I'm going to do it right here. And as you can see, I'm struggling to get that invisible decrease, but that's okay. There we go. And now I'm going to do that one more time. So I'm going to go into the front loop and the front loop, if I can grab it. There we go. And then I'm going to pull through, and then I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 2 loops. Now I'm going to single crochet into the last 2 stitches. So you should have 6 stitches now at the end of round number 8. Now what you're going to do is you're going to add the safety eyes on round number 4, about 5 stitches apart, and then you're going to stuff the head. So once you've done that, I'll meet you back and we will begin the body. All right, so I just stuffed the head and added the safety eyes on round number 4, about 4 to 5 stitches apart. And then I like to hot glue the back, so I hot glued the backs of the safety eyes too. Now for round number 1 of the body, I like to consider it round number 1 of the body just because even though we're continuing this round, I just like to consider it round number 1 of the body. So we're going to single crochet in each stitch around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now what we're going to do is we are going to for round number 2, and of course you should have 6 stitches. Now for round number 2, we are going to increase in the first stitch. So single crochet increase into the first stitch, which is just 2 stitches into 1 stitch before, and then single crochet in the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that. So increase in the next stitch and single crochet in the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that a total of 3 times. So increase in the next stitch and then single crochet into the next stitch. And now you can see I just reached the stitch marker again. So we finished round number 2, and you should have 9 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now what you're going to do is for round number 3, you're going to increase into the first stitch, and then you're going to single crochet into the next stitch. So we're kind of doing the same repeat as for round number 2. And we're just going to do that. So increase in the first stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. You're going to repeat that 4 times this time. So increase, single crochet, repeat 4 times. All right, so I just finished the repeat 4 times. So we did increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, and single crochet. And now you should have 1 stitch left. And into that last stitch, you're just going to make an increase. So a single crochet, increase. And now you should have 14 stitches at the end of round number 3. Now for round number 4, what we're going to do is we're going to do basically the same thing we just did for round number 3, which is increase into the first stitch and then single crochet into the next stitch. And you're going to repeat this a total of 7 times. So increase into the first stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, and you're going to repeat this a total of 7 times. And I'm going to meet you back and we will continue on the body. Alright, so now I just finished round number 4 and you should have 21 stitches. So we did that increase, single crochet, and then we repeated that 7 times. So now 21 stitches. And now for round number 5, we're going to single crochet into the first 10 stitches. And then we are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 about. I'm going to count that one more time just to make sure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I did 1 too many. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we just did our 10 single crochet. Now we are going to, in the next stitch, we are going to increase into the next stitch, and then we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. So we're going to repeat that, repeat, increase, single crochet 5 times. So increase it into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, repeat that 5 times, and I will do that on camera with you guys so there's no confusion. And 1, 2, so now, there we go. Now, now you should have 1 stitch left, and into that last stitch, you're just going to make a single crochet increase. So 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. Now you should, at this point, have 27 stitches, and I'm just going to count that real quick off camera, and then I'll meet you back. All right, so I have 27 stitches. Now, for rounds number 6 through 10, we are going to single crochet in each stitch around. So that will be 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So for the next 5 rounds, single crochet in each stitch around, and I'll meet you back. All right, so for round number 11, what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet into the next 13 stitches. So pretty simple, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There we go. And 13, I think. There we go. All right, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a single crochet decrease in the next stitch. And I'm just going to do my invisible decrease, but you can do however you want. And then I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that 4 times. So decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, repeat total of 4 times. So 1, 2, I'm repeating, oh, we're going to go, there we go. 3 times, and there we go. Whoop. There we go. And there we go. So now that was repeated 4 times. And now you can see we have 2 stitches left. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a decrease into the last 2 stitches. There we go. Now for round number 12, I would probably recommend to start stuffing this now, just so that you can kind of stuff the neck a little bit and the body. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I'll meet you right back. Alright, so you should have 21 stitches. I just finished stuffing it. Now you should have 21 stitches. Now what we're going to do, because we just finished round number 11, now for round number 12, you're going to single crochet into the first 11 stitches. Basically very similar to what we did for round number 11. Now we're on round number 12. I'm not sure if I said that right, but for round number 12, we're going to single crochet into the first 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. Now we are going to decrease into the next stitch. So make a single crochet, decrease into the next stitch, and then single crochet into the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that total of 3 times. So decrease into the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet into the next stitch, and then you're going to repeat that one more time. So decrease in the next stitch. There you go, and then you're going to single crochet into the next stitch. Now you're going to decrease into the last 2 stitches. So over the last 2 stitches. So decrease into one more time. So a little recap, we did single crochet 11, then you're going to decrease single crochet 3 times. So repeat that, decrease single crochet, decrease single crochet. And then you're going to decrease into the last stitch. Now you should have 18 stitches, and for round number 13 you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around, which is nice and easy. So I'm going to meet you back and we will begin round number 14 together. Alright, so now we just finished round number 13, and now for round number 14 you're just going to decrease in the next stitch and then single crochet in the next stitch, and you're just going to repeat that all the way around. So you're going to begin by making a decrease into the first stitch, or over the first 2 stitches would be the more correct term. You're going to put your stitch marker there, and then you're going to single crochet into the next stitch, and you're just going to repeat that. So decrease into the next stitch, and then single crochet in the next stitch, and you're going to end up repeating that a total of 6 times, or once you're done with the row, you'll know that you're done with your decreased single crochet. So now I'm going to do that, and I'll meet you right back. Alright, so we just finished round number 14, and you should have 12 stitches at the end of round number 14. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to half double crochet into the first stitch. Then you are going to single crochet into the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you're going to half double crochet into the last 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now what you're going to do is you're going to repeat that one more time. So for rounds 15 and 16, I think I forgot to mention that, but for rounds 15 and 16, so we're going to do that one more time. And you should, of course, have 12 stitches at the end of each. So I'm going to repeat that, and I'll meet you right back. Alright, so now for round number 17, what we're going to do is we are going to half double crochet decrease over the first 2 stitches. Now, I'm not sure if this is the correct way to do a half double crochet decrease, like technically, but I'm just going to do it like this anyway. So I'm going to yarn over, insert, and this is the invisible half double crochet decrease, and then I'm going to insert into the next stitch, the front loop only. Then yarn over, pull through those 2 front loops, and now I have 3 loops on my hook, and I'm going to pull through. Now I'm going to half double crochet into the next stitch, and I'm going to move my stitch marker to where the first stitch was. There we go. Now I'm going to decrease into the next stitch, so single crochet decrease into the next stitch, and then single crochet into the next stitch. Now I'm going to do the same thing, so single crochet decrease into the next stitch, and then single crochet into the next stitch. Then into these last 3 stitches, I'm going to do a half double crochet decrease, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet. So I'm going to go into the front loop only of those first 2, yarn pull through, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet. There we go. Now we finished round number 17, and you can see I'm going to need to add a little bit more stuffing for sure. But now we're going to, you should have 8 stitches at the end of round 17. So for rounds 18 and 19, what you're going to do is you're going to half double crochet into the first 2 stitches. There we go. Half double crochet into the first 2 stitches. Then you're going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 2, there we go. 3 and 4. Then you're going to half double crochet into the last 2 stitches, and you're going to do that for the next round too. So I'm going to meet you back at the end of round 19. So do the exact same thing: 2 half double crochet, 4 single crochet, 2 half double crochet, and I'll meet you right back, and we will continue on to round number 20. So now for round number 20, what we're going to do is we are going to half double crochet decrease over the first 2 stitches. So I'm going to move my stitch marker so I can work into the stitches easier. So I'm going to yarn over, insert into the first front loop, and yarn insert into the next loop. On the next stitch, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops in your hook. Now we're going to half double crochet into the next stitch. We're going to single crochet decrease into the next, or single crochet decrease over the next 2 stitches. We're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and now into the last, over the last 2 stitches, we're just going to do a half double crochet decrease. There we go. And then you're going to yarn pull through, and there you go. Now you should have 5 stitches left, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now for round number 21, what you're going to do is you're going to half double crochet into the first 5 stitches. Now I recommend you add stuffing at this point, and when you add stuffing, I want you to be very careful I did this a couple rows back, and I think I forgot to mention it, but when you add stuffing, be very careful to kind of make a nice shape. You don't want it to be a big lump, and so you just want it to be a nice curved down shape, and then the bottom it's going to kind of come up to a point, and you want it to kind of look like a tail coming off. So as you can see in this finished guy, that's kind of how it looks, and then there's the leg right there where it kind of comes up. So that's what it should look like. Now, there we go. So we finished round number 20. Now I'm going to add a little bit more stuffing just to kind of this last little tail bit, and then I will meet you back. Alright, so now you can see I just stuffed this really nice and firm. Now, what you're going to do, you don't want to stuff it so firm that you have stuffing popping out, but you want it to be kind of nice and firm, if that makes sense. So you can kind of decide on what you feel like is good for you. Now, for round number 21, we are going to half double crochet into the first 2 stitches. So I'm going to move my stitch marker. And the reason that why we're doing half double crochets on the top of your work and then kind of single crochets around the bottom is because it kind of gives it this nice slant down, whereas if you were to do it like the other with just single crochets, it'd be like a weird shape. So that's why I do it. So 2 half double crochets. Now you're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then you're going to half double crochet into the last stitch. There you go. Now, what you're going to do is for round number 22, you can add a little stuffing at this point if you like. I might do that real quick, and then I'll meet you right back. So now we're down to our last like 2 rows. And so what you're going to do is you're going to decrease in each stitch around now. So it's just a single crochet decrease, and I'm just going to work into both layers because it's too hard to try to work, like do an invisible decrease, and I don't think anyone's going to notice. So I'm going to do 1 decrease. You can move your stitch marker, you're welcome to, but you don't have to at this point. Now I'm going to do another decrease over the next 2 stitches. And then over the last 2 stitches, it's kind of a tough place to get into, but you're just going to do roughly a decrease, kind of trying to make it nice, and you're not going to really have a good spot to work into. Now what I like to do is I'm going to, for round number 20, I'm going to do another, if you can get another 2 decreases in, that's fine. I am obviously not going to be able to do that, so I'm just going to slip stitch to the top of this spot right here, and we're going to call that good. I look like I overstuffed this just a little bit. I like to use a little chopstick to add stuffing. It really works really well when you have a little hole. So now I'm going to cut my yarn, and we finished the body. Woohoo! So I'm going to tie off, and to tie off you just yarn over and almost like a chain, but then you just pull all the way through. There you go. And now there is your little dinosaur. Now what we're going to do is we are going to set this aside, and we are going to go ahead and start making the legs. So I'm going to grab your green yarn again, and to begin, what you're going to do is you're going to make a magic circle, and you're going to chain 1, and if you don't want to chain 1, you don't have to, but I personally like to chain 1. Now I'm going to single crochet 8 into the magic circle. So I'm going to put a stitch marker right where my first stitch was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I like to sometimes pull it a little bit shut, otherwise it'll get kind of stuck. There we go. And then 8 right into that magic circle. Now you're going to begin round number 2, and to do that, I first like to I like to weave in this tail super quick. I know it's totally optional, but I like to do it. And I'm trying to find my darning needle real quick. Of course, on camera, you can never find it. Okay, so now I'm going to put, I just like to do like a little knot. There we go. So I just tightened it, just so that the magic circle never loosens. I know some people don't do this, but I like to. So there we go. Now I'm going to cut my yarn. There we go. And For round number 2 now, what we're going to do is we're going to decrease into the first stitch, and then you're going to single crochet into the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that twice. So I'm going to try to do my invisible decrease if I can, and we'll see if not. There we go. There's a front loop. There's the front loop, and then here's the next loop. There you go. And I'm going to move my stitch marker. So I just did the decrease. Now I'm going to single crochet into the next stitch. Then I'm going to decrease into over the next stitch, or over the next 2 stitches would be the more correct term. There you go. And so just single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease. Now one more just plain single crochet. And then over the last 2 stitches, what you're going to do is you're going to do one more decrease. So you should end up with a total of 5 stitches at the end of this round. And it is a little tough to get into there, and especially get the front loop, but I'm just going to call it good. There we go. And there we go. And now I'm going to, there you go. Okay, so now we have our little beginning of our foot. Now, this is, to begin round number 3 and 4, you're going to just single crochet in each stitch around. So I realize it's kind of a small circle, and you should have 5 stitches. I am starting to feel brain fried, so I am sorry if you are struggling to follow me at this point. So for rounds 3 and 4, like I just mentioned, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. I'm going to move my stitch marker because I'm now onto round number 4. 1, 2, 3 single crochets, 4 single crochets, and 5 single crochets. There you go. Now for round number 5, you're going to increase into the first stitch. So 2 single crochets into the first stitch. That's all an increase is. And then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that twice. So I'm going to increase into the next stitch and single crochet into the next stitch, and into the last stitch then right here you're going to make a single crochet. So now you should have 7 stitches. Now what we're going to do is we are going to begin round number 6 and 7. So for rounds number 6 and 7, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. And this is the back legs. I think I forgot to mention that, but this is the back legs of your little Stegosaurus. So for round 6 and 7, single crochet in each stitch around. And I am now beginning round number 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 stitches. There we go. Now for round number 8, what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet into the first 4 stitches only. So only the first 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, and you're going to turn your work actually. And for round number 9, you're going to single crochet into each of those 4 stitches. Only those 4 stitches. There we go. So what this makes is this makes a little nice kind of like a ridge that when you sew onto it, it kind of gives that bulge of a leg, which is just so cool and looks so realistic. So absolutely love it doing that. So that is the leg number 1. And now what you're going to do is you're going to cut your yarn. And then we are going to make leg number 2. Okay, so I'm going to now make the second back leg, and then I'm going to meet you and we will work these last like 2 rows together, and I'll show you what to do just so I don't confuse you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and work rounds 1 through 7 without you, and then I'll meet you back for rounds 8 and 9. Alright, so I just finished round number 7. Now all I'm going to do now for the next round is I'm just going to chain 1 and turn my work, and I'm going to single crochet into each of the 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there you go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cut your yarn, leaving yourself a nice long tail. And the only reason I like to do this is because I feel like in general the bump, the kind of the decrease bump right here is more on this side than on this side. So that's why I like to do it like this, and then have it one on this side like so, and then one on this side for that. So there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create the front legs. Alright, so now for the front legs, what you're going to do is you are going to make a magic circle like we've been doing. So to do that, you just put the yarn at the base of your fingers and make an X shape, wrap around, grab the front loop, or go under the front loop, grab the second loop, and pull that up. Now you are going to chain 1, or you don't have to chain 1, I just like to. Now you're going to single crochet 8 into the magic circle, and I'm going to grab my stitch marker and put that in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoops, 7, and 8. Now I'm going to pull that shut a little bit more. There we go. And I'm going to tie in this tail super quick, so I'll meet you right back, and then we'll begin round number 2. Alright, so for now, I just tied in that tail. Now for round number 2, what you're going to do is you're going to decrease. We're basically going to do almost the same thing as we did for the back leg, but just a little bit different. So you're going to grab the front loop. I'm going to move the stitch marker so I can get into it. You're going to grab the front loop or both loops, whatever you want to do. And I'm struggling. There you go. You're going to grab the front loop of that, and then you're going to grab the front loop of the next stitch, and you're going to pull those through. You're basically going to make a single crochet decrease. I'm sorry, I think I forgot to mention that. So for round number 2, you're going to decrease into the first stitch, and then you're going to single crochet into the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that twice, and then you should have 2 stitches left, and you're just going to do a decrease over those. So I'm going to do that, and there we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the next one. There we go. And pull that through. There we go. So you did decrease, single crochet, decrease. I'm going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to do a decrease over the last 2 stitches. And then there we go. Now for round number 3, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around, and I'm going to flip it to the right side facing out. There we go. Move the stitch marker, and we are going to begin round number 3 by just single crocheting around. Now that I just finished that round, all you're going to do for round number 4 is you're going to increase in the first stitch. There we go. And then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. Increase into the next stitch and single crochet into the next stitch. And then you're going to single crochet into the last stitch. There we go. And you should have 7 stitches at the end of round number 4. Alright, so we just finished round number 4 for the front legs. Now, for round number 5, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. And then on the right leg, you will single crochet 4 after your round 5. And then on the left leg, you will not. So I just finished stuffing the back 2 legs. And so what you're going to do now is you're going to count 11 rows up, and this is my 11th row right here, and you're going to put your back legs in the center. Now this is the bottom of my head, by the way, too. I think I forgot to mention that. And you want to kind of see, you can kind of see where the eyes are. You can kind of want to go right back, and you're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 right there. And then you should have about 4 stitches between the legs. 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that. And then you're going to roughly find the middle. And then you're just going to go ahead and start whip stitching it on. So I'm just going to hold my darning needle and get my yarn threaded through there. And now what we're going to do is we are going to just begin sewing it on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around a stitch through there, and then I'm going to go around a leg. Now, one tip as you're doing this is to kind of, instead of just like flattening this 100%, what I like to do is so there's these 4 single crochets on this side, remember? I like to go kind of through them and kind of make it a round bulge, kind of. And then when we're coming around on the other side, we'll add a little stuffing there to kind of really accent that. So now I'm just going to continue going around, and I'll meet you back and we will do the other leg. Alright, so as you can see, I just did this guy and now I'm doing this guy. And as you can see, I want to just stuff a little bit more stuffing in before I kind of bring this in at the top. So I'm going to just grab a teensy bit of stuffing and just push that in. And then now all I'm going to do, and you can grab a little more depending on how you want it to look. So I'm going to go like that. Now I'm going to just kind of pinch it down. Okay, this is honestly super hard to show on camera, so just bear with me, please. So I'm going to go under. I kind of just go through this stitch and then go through that stitch, go through each of the 4 stitches and kind of bring it together. Now you can see I have a little stuffing sticking out because of when I just stuffed it and because it hasn't been shut off, completely shut. So now I'm just going to kind of go into some of the stitches on the side of the dinosaur and through its legs. So now you can see we have a super cute looking legs, all nice and done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab the front legs. So all we're going to do is we are going to sew them onto round number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, onto round number 7 roughly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to grab the correct side. Yep, this would be the right side. You want to have the little bit higher side on the edge going up. So there we go. And then you're going to have about 1, 2, and 3 stitches apart. So we're going to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then about 3 stitches apart. So like that roughly. Now you're just going to sew those on like we did the other ones, and I will meet you back once we've sewn these on and we will do the spikes. So the legs are now done, and just to recap, we did 3 stitches apart and on round number 6 for the front legs, and then we just mentioned about the back legs. So now you can just tie off these tails, and then we are going to begin the spikes. So for the spikes, what we're going to do is we're going to grab your color B, so whatever color you want as an accent color. I think I'm going to use this blue for today. This is Bernat blanket yarn in the color, I'm not sure exactly, but it's just a little bit of scrap Bernat blanket yarn. So now I'm just going to grab the little tail, there we go, and we are going to begin. So what we're going to do is on round number 8, so this is your 7mm hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right here. You're going to go under that stitch in the neck, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through to tie on, chain 1, and then you're going to single crochet 2 together. So you're going to go back into that same spot where we just went, so insert into that same spot, yarn, pull through. Then you're going to go into the next stitch right there, and then you're just going to, let's see, 1, there we go. You're just going to yarn over and pull through, and then you're going to yarn, pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and there you go. There is your first spike. Now you are going to do the exact same thing on this side, so I'll meet you right back and we'll do that. Okay, so I'm just going to tie off. Okay, so I just tied off on this one, and now some of my testers prefer to slip stitch going like between each one. I prefer to just tie off because I don't mind tying these tails, and I just think it looks a little bit more fun, but you can do whatever you like. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the next stitch right after where we just went. So right about there. And I think I'm going to go here. So I'm going to skip one round because I think I went very close together on this one. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to yarn over and pull through. So yarn over and pull through. Then I'm going to chain 1. Then you're going to half double crochet 2 together over the next 2 stitches. So to do that, I'm actually going to go up here. There we go. So pull through, chain 1, and then you're going to yarn over, insert into that same spot that we just did the chain 1 out of. Then yarn, pull through, and then you're going to go into the next stitch right after that. I'm sorry, my yarn is not wanting to come undone. There you go. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook, and there you go. Now you can slip stitch between them. I like to tie off. There you go. Now for the next one, you're just going to do it right into the next stitch, so no skipping of rounds. And for the next spike, what you're going to do is you're going to double crochet 2 together. Now as you're doing this, you're going to want to make sure that you're going up so like basically where the eyes are, and then you'll come back and on the other side do the same thing. So you're going to now into the next stitch, right, or the next row, you're going to put your yarn on your hook, yarn, pull through, chain 2 this time, and then you're going to double crochet 2 together. So you're going to yarn over, insert back in that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 2 loops. Now you should have 2 loops left, and you're going to go yarn over and insert into the next stitch right here, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 remaining, loops, tie off, and you can see this is looking absolutely adorable. I love how this turns out. So now what we're going to do, and it's sometimes kind of hard to get where like you can easily get them both lined up perfectly. So it's not super easy, but it will work. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the next stitch or the next row. So right here's where we finished. Now you're just going to go into the next one. And let's see, I'm trying to keep it about straight. So I think that would be about good. Yep. So you can go right back into there. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through. And now this time you're going to chain 3. Then you're going to treble crochet 3 together. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to yarn over twice, so wrap around twice, 1 and 2. Then you're going to insert back into that same spot that we just did the chain out of. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Then you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to yarn over twice, then you're going to go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, or yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over and pull through 2, and then you're going to do that one more time. So into the next stitch, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and that should be your spike number 4. And you're going to repeat that one more time. So you're going to do the exact same thing over the next 3 stitches. So we're going to go into the next row, and we're going to do the same thing. Now I'm sorry, this is really hard to show on camera. I'm going to try zooming out a little bit so maybe you guys can see it a little better. So as you can see, this is how it is looking so far. I think it's so cute. Now we're going to do that treble crochet decrease one more time. So just yarn over, pull through, whoops, there you go. Yarn over, chain 3, yarn over twice, insert into that same spot, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops and 2 loops, and then we're going to do that again, and then one more time. There we go. And now what you're going to do is just yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and cut your yarn. Now we are going to do, in the next 2 stitches, right here, I'm going to insert, there we go, that looks about right. So now in the next one we are going to do a double crochet 2 together, so we're just going to do chain 2, so pull through, chain 2, and then yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then insert, yarn over, insert into the next round, and I'm just going to try to make sure that I'm going into the next round properly. Then yarn, pull through 2, and then yarn, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Then we are going to cut our yarn again, and we are nearly done with this row, which you can see is just turning out so cute. So now we are going to, in the next stitch, we are going to chain 1, so yarn over, pull through, chain 1, and half double crochet 2 together over the next 2 stitches. There we go. And tie off, or you can slip stitch and then chain the number that it was supposed to chain anyway. And then into the last 2 stitches, we are going to do the same thing. So we are going to go insert, and sometimes it's a little hard to find a spot that's really good to insert, but just try your best. So chain 1, and then we're just going to do a single crochet 2 together, and we're going to tie off. And there you go. So that is the one side complete. Now what I'm going to have you do is I'm just going to have you back up this little video part, and then we just do the same thing on this side. So just doing the same thing. Instead of starting though on round 8 of the head, you're going to start on round 1 of the body. So we're starting round 1 of the body and go all the way up to the back, and then we'll meet back and we'll do the white spikes at the tail and the little details. Alright, so I just did all of these spikes, and then I just tied in all the tails. Now what I wanted to show you is I wanted to show you how I recommend tying in the tails, and I know that this is totally personal, so you can do it however you like, but especially for these smaller tails, all I'll do is I'll just take the original tail and the top tail, and I'll just make 2 knots. And when they're bigger, I just take the one tail, the top tail, down to where the bottom tail is at, like this. So I'm going to make 1 knot and then 2 knots. Then I'm just going to put only a little bit of the tails into the darning needle, because if you were to pull them all the way through, like, so just a little bit, like that, and then making sure that they stay on so they don't fall off. There you go. You're just going to go through, like, a part of the tail or the body, whatever part you're at. Sorry, I'm going off the screen trying to get it. There you go. So then you can just make sure that there you go. And now I'm just going to cut off the bottom tails. I like to just pull it a little tighter like that, and then they just kind of disappear into the stuffing and body. So now there we go, and there is our adorable little spikes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab some cream yarn, and we're going to do these little white spikes at the tip. So let me show you what to do. Alright, so now we're going to do the spikes. So to make the spikes, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your 4.5mm crochet hook, and you're just going to insert into the very tip of your tail. You're going to grab your cream yarn. This is called Vintage White by Bernat Blanket Yarn. You're going to yarn over, pull through, chain 2, and then you're going to slip stitch into the second chain from hook. So super, super simple. only one slip stitch you'll end up doing, and then you're going to slip stitch into the green yarn into where you did that first stitch, like so. There we go. Now you're just going to cut your yarn, or you can slip stitch over to where the next little white spike is. But I prefer to just tie off. So there you go. You can see that adorable little white spike. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make the small spike, and you're going to repeat that on both sides. So you're going to go, I'm going to go right about there, and this should be on round 22, so 2 rounds behind, about like here and here. So I'm going to insert just about there, and then I'm going to grab my cream yarn or pull through, chain 3, and then you're going to slip stitch into the second chain from hook. And this is a little hard to do on camera because I'm holding a whole body, so I apologize if it's not as good as it should be. So, and then I'm just going to slip stitch into the body. So I did 2 slip stitches and then a slip stitch into the body. Now I'm going to cut my yarn, and you're just going to repeat that on the other side. Whoop, my hook came out. There you go. So now you're just going to repeat that on the other side, and it's going to want to kind of naturally be a little bit curled or whatever, and that's totally fine. That's the authentic crochet. I don't know if it's called authentic, but you get what I'm saying. So we're going to just go into the other side, do the exact same thing, and then I'll meet you back and we'll do the large spikes. Alright, so you can see we did the 3 spikes so far. Now we're going to do 2 more. So we're going to insert our hook about 1 row separating it. So insert on this side, you're going to yarn over and pull through. You're going to chain 4 this time. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to do 3 slip stitches going back. 1, 2, and 3. And then I like to just slip stitch into the beginning spot that we began at and tie off, and then you're going to do that exact same thing on the other side. So just chain 4, slip stitch into 3, and then 1 into the body. So I'm going to go into this side and do that, and I'll meet you back and we will finish up. Alright, so you can see that I just tied in the tails and it's looking super duper cute. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do little eyebrows. So all you're going to do is you're going to grab your blue yarn or your second color that you use for your spikes, and you're just going to cut yourself maybe like 12 inches. And that should be able to do both eyes. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to about halfway up on the eye, like that. There we go. So you can see, I think it just adds a lot of cool funness. So you can kind of have it pop behind the eye like that, or you can pull it up if you prefer. And so that is how it looks. Now I'm just going to do the other side, and so going to the other side, I'll do that, and then I'll meet you right back and we'll finish up with the nails. You can see I got the eyes done, the eyebrows. Now this is optional, but the last 2 things is, number 1, I like to cut about a little more than 12 inches of this cream or white yarn, whatever color you want to use. And all I do is I just make little toenails. So you're going to just begin on the feet, and you're just going to go basically near that center hole where you made the magic circle. And then you're just going to wrap around about 3 times, or about once or twice, and then you're going to do that in 3 different spots. So I'm going to do about 2 times. There we go. You can see that looks really good. Now I'm just going to move it over a teensy bit, and you don't want to move it over too much, but you want to move it over a teensy bit just so it looks a little bit different. There we go. And now I'm just going to go up to maybe about there, or maybe there. There we go. And you can see, there we go. And here's one more. And now I'm going to do that on the other side. So we did 1, 2, now I'm just going to do it on this side. So we'll start up here and we'll just wrap around like so. I think you guys can get the idea of how that's supposed to look. So I'm going to do that on all 4 of the feet, or all 4 of the legs, and you can see it just kind of adds a fun little toenail touch. And now you are done. I'll meet you right back and we will do a little mouth, which is totally optional. Alright, so now that we have done the toenails and everything else, all we have left to do is, and it's totally optional, but if you want to, you can put a little mouth on it. So I go right about under the eye, just about there, and then I use 2 strands of the embroidery thread because otherwise it's so thin that you don't even see it. And then I'm just going to go to the other side, so like directly around and about right here. And that's roughly, and then you just kind of pull it, and there you go. There's your little mouth on your little Stegosaurus. And again, that's totally optional. If you don't want to do that, you definitely do not have to. I just think it adds a little bit of a cute touch. So now you have finished your Stegosaurus. Thank you so much for making this super fun crochet Stegosaurus along with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make a new video almost every Friday, so I'd love to see you there. And don't forget to comment down below and tell me what color you made the Stegosaurus in. I just absolutely love hearing from you guys. And so thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!